In Genshin, the starting character we got was Amber, and she hit like a wet fart, and she was used for one thing alone, and it was to light fires. Now, in Senna Zone Zero, they've chosen to up things a little bit, and instead they give us the biggest sucker on the planet. Let's talk about her. Welcome into the channel, everybody. My name is Hako. So today I wanted to talk about the queen of suck, that is Nicole. Now, Nicole is not a character that should be slept on in any means. She's a support character, and as of recording moment, she's the only ether character in the game. In less than 24 hours, that's gonna change. So, she's the only ether character in the game, and she's obviously meant to go with an ether character. Even though like Nicole hasn't had anything to like around her to like support her or to like to make her work, people are still running Nicole religiously. Like if you look at any of the like the CM players doing super hard Shield defenses, almost everybody picks Nicole's, and there's two reasons for that. One is that she is really freaking good at sucking. And get your head out of the gutter, I obviously mean that she's really good at like grouping enemies together. So her skill is a big black hole that she sends out. This big black hole, it shreds the enemy's defenses by a lot. And it also increases ether damage done by your entire team. Now, she's the only one that can take advantage of this buff as of right now, but Sujan is coming very, very soon. And those two are like gonna be a god couple. So, let's talk about her. So, let's get into Nicole's skills and let's see what makes her tick. Now, Nicole's core skill, every other level you get base energy regen, which is a support character's absolute best stat, and every other will give you base attack increase. And it will also increase her core passive mechanical case. After hitting an enemy with a special attack, EX special attack, chain attack, or ultimate, Nicole can reload, enhancing her basic attack and dash attack. When her enhanced bullets or energy field hits an enemy, the target's defense is reduced by 30% for 3.5 seconds. And like this, obviously, the timer resets whenever they get another tick of damage, which is why she's so freaking good. And this caps out at a 40% AoE shred on the enemies. Like my guys in Christ, I cannot tell you how busted this is. 40% is so much. And additional ability, Hair of Many Burrows. When another character in your squad shares the same attribute of faction, when Nicole's core passive mechanical case applies a debuff to an enemy, all squad members deal 25% more ether damage to that target for 3.5 seconds. Now, there isn't a single ether character in the game, but she's coming. Her name is gonna be Sujan, and like this is gonna be just a massive. Her basic attack, her dodge, or like they are your standard abilities. They don't need much investment at all. Nicole's bread and butter, and like what makes her so freaking good, is her special attack, and especially her EX special attack. So special attack sugarcoat the bullets. She does a range strike against enemies in front, dealing ether damage. You get some anti-interrupt level, and automatically reloads after attack to enhance basic attack and dash attack up to 8 times. So after she does this, she will have some like enhanced basic attacks. And basic attack, do as I please. After using a special attack, EX special attack, chain attack, or ultimate, Nicole can reload, and her basic attack and dash attack are enhanced, increasing the power of her bullets. And if you remember from this skill, her enhanced bullets can reduce the defense. So she doesn't only reduce the defense via her EX special attack. But the one that's really amazing is EX special attack stuffed sugarcoat the bullet. So with enough energy, you can hold the skill button and you will start charging up like a big black hole. And the longer you charge, the more it will suck. And also after you've done this, you will once again have enhanced basic attacks for up to 8 times. Now this is Nicole's bread and butter. Like this is why she's so freaking good. One, grouping up enemies is absolutely freaking amazing. And then shredding defenses at that, like, my guys, like you don't understand how crazy this is until you actually try it out. Now for her ultimate and chain attack. Chain attack is just the usual. She comes in, she does her thing, and I'm pretty sure her chain attack also triggers her core passive, which means that using her in a chain attack on a stunned enemy before you do your ultimate will be very cash money. So ultimate ether grenade. She basically throws out a big suck grenade. Unleash a powerful range strike at enemies in a small area, generating an energy field that pulls enemies toward the center to deal ether damage. So her ultimate is also a giant suck. When using this skill, other squad members can recover 10 energy, the next character to switch in gains an additional 20 energy. So your standard supporter ultimate. Now this I would say is probably like one of the best support ultimates in the game. Usually I will tell you like do not use the ultimate of the support. Instead leave that for your DPS. Now if you're playing in a really like hungry energy team, like this is seriously good. This is seriously good. Especially if you position it so that your DPS is gonna be the next character switching in after Nicole, then they are gonna get a total of 30 energy for this skill. And for skill level priority, you want the special attack leveled as much as human possible. Same with your core skills, because it increases the shred defense. And lastly, chain attack to increase the damage of her ult. And this becomes much more important if you're actually gonna be using Nicole as an ultimator. If you're not gonna have her ultimate, then don't bother about this one. But it's a really, really good ultimate. Now you can also level basic attack, since you get enhanced basic attacks for doing certain things. It's not bad. Lastly, I would take dodge and assist. Low priority on those. Nicole doesn't require that much investment. Usually her EX special attack, if you're on a budget, will do just fine. Let's get on to her cinemas. So, first one, Supercharged Bomb. The damage and the anomaly build-up inflicted by Nicole's EX special attack increased by 16%. For each additional 0.1 seconds of charging when Nicole activates her EX special attack, the duration of the energy field created at the target location increases by 0.15 seconds. So, the longer you hold it, the bigger the suck. Or the longer the suck. Very good, very good. Now, important to note, you don't need any of the cinemas to make Nicole work, but every cinema will benefit her. Nicole recovers 5 energy when core passive mechanical case debuff is triggered. This effect can trigger once every 15 seconds. More energy on our support is always good. More energy for Nicole means that she gets more energy for sucking, and that results in a good time. The third one just increases all levels by 2. And number 4, when Nicole uses her EX special attack, chain attack, or ultimate, the diameter of the energy field generated at the target location is increased by 3 meters. This one is very freaking good. It becomes a bigger suck. It's very handy and like helps grouping up enemies. And for her 6th one, or sorry, we should go 5th one first, but yeah, it's same for everybody. They get 2 levels on all of the stuff. So her 6th one, Corrupting Energy Field. When Nicole's energy field deals damage to an enemy, all squad members' crit rate against that enemy is increased by 1.5%, stacking up to 10 times and lasting 12 seconds. The duration of each stack is calculated separately. Now, this one is actually freaking goddamn insane from a support standpoint. It makes Nicole's already like insanely good energy field be even better. It provides 15% crit rate to the entire team. That's Ben level of buff. This is amazing. This is amazing. So basically any enemy, like whenever you do this, the enemies will lose 40% of their defense. You will deal, what is it, like 30% more ether damage. And you will also have 15% increased crit rate. That is bananas, my brothers. That is bananas. Now, for Nicole's set pieces, you want a 4-piece swing jazz. Now, swing jazz is kind of the noblesse oblige if you play the Genshin. The 4-piece is when you launch a chain attack or ultimate, increases all squad members' damage by 15% for 12 seconds. Now, this fits super well into Nicole's already existing kit. And this is going to be her best set by far. And the 2-piece is that she gets more energy regen, and more energy regen is more suck. Which is good. For the 2-piece, I would smack on 2-piece of the Freedom Blues, increases anomaly proficiency by 30. So this helps Nicole apply more ether damage, which in turn turns into more corruption. Now this is very good. Some slight variations you could be running, I guess, is Woodpecker you could run a 2-piece Woodpecker Electro instead, although I wouldn't. And I would argue that the swing jazz is non-negotiable. If all you cared about was Nicole's own personal damage, you could also slap on a 4-piece of chaotic metal, which will increase her ether damage by 10%, and on the 4-piece And on the 4-piece, the equippers crit damage increases by 20% when any character in the squad triggers corruptions, additional damage. This effect it further increased Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Only for her personal damage, this could work. Maybe if you're running like some sort of setup where you have 2 supports. Not sure what that setup would be, but say that you have 2 supports and you already have someone running Swing Jazz. Since you don't want to be stacking Swing Jazz, you could slap Nicole on a 4-piece of Chaotic Metal. But I would go 4-piece Swing Jazz, and for the 2-piece I would go Freedom Blues. You can also go Chaotic Metal 2-piece that will increase her ether damage by 10%. It's also an option. And for the top one, I'd say you want Energy Regen. You can also go Anomaly Proficiency or Anomaly Mastery, but or attack percentage, but I would say aim to get Energy Regen. On the middle one, I'd say ether damage is gonna be your best bet, and on the bottom one, you can go like crit rate, crit damage. It will serve you well. And the substats you are looking for is gonna be Energy Regen, and then Anomaly Proficiency. After that, Anomaly Mastery, and then your standard like kind of DPS, crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage. She isn't that complicated to build, and now let's get on to W engines. So we're outside the gadget store, let's pop inside and let's go to database. Now this is very handy if you wanna like check out everything that's available on the market. Then we go to support. Now we can see every single support W engine in the game. Now we have Weeping Cradle, which I would claim is gonna be Nicole's best one. This is Rena's signature one, and it's nothing to scoff at all. It's absolutely freaking amazing. Then you have Slice of Time, which also is not bad. It also is not bad at all. You have the Vault, which is Nicole's signature one, and I would claim it's her best one in the game. Dealing ether damage using an EX special attack or chain attack or ultimate increases all squad members' damage against the target by 50% and increases the equipper's energy regen by 0.5 for 2 seconds. Passive effects of the same name does not stack. Now the Vault is very freaking good, and is very freaking tailor-made for Nicole. Bashful Demon is Sokagu's one. I wouldn't bother about that one. Kaboom the Cannon is Lucy's one. Same with this one, it's not really made for Nicole. Unfettered Game Ball is the one you get from the Battle Pass. Whenever the equipper's attack triggers an attribute counter effect, all squad members' crit rate against the struck enemy increases by 12%. So this means whenever Nicole inflicts corruption on an enemy that is weak to ether, this effect will happen, and this isn't bad at all. It's not bad at all, and has Energy Regen as a base stat. If you want to go for this one, go right ahead, but you better be bringing it to a place that has enemies weak to ether, which makes it a little bit less flexible. So our best one is gonna be Weeping Cradle, after that the Vault, after that Slice of Time. And Slice of Time you can actually get in this store. So there's no excuse for not being able to like get any of these ones. And for 3 stars or the B rank ones, don't bother, never build them, never ever put your precious earned resources into upgrading B star engines. Never ever. Me, myself, I'm running the Vault on her, and it works wonders. As for Nicole's best team currently, it would be Sujan, Anby, and Nicole. As of time recording, Sujan isn't out yet, so I don't know if I'll slap just an image of her up here to help you visualize it. But this is gonna be Nicole's best team in the game. It's just very free to play, friendly, and everybody's passives gets activated. Now Anby is here because she is of the same faction, the Cunning Hares, as Nicole is. But you could switch her out and put in whatever. Nicole fits super well into a Nekomata team, for example. So we could go like this. Once again, everybody's passive is activated because they're all part of the Cunning Hares. And the best bang move for this would be the Bang Volver. Now, people really like to run Magnetiboo as a bang boo in general, in basically any team, because it helps group enemies together. The need for grouping together becomes a little bit less with Nicole, since, well, she does it herself. But Resonaboo is obviously like a premium option for, or, well, you can't wail on the banner, but if you got lucky enough to get the Resonaboo, that will serve you super freaking well in a Nicole team, especially with Suyan, because that will have the B effect of the Bamboo activated. And now, since Nicole is quite universal, now she does boost ether damage, which only one character in the game can take advantage of. But her defense shred is like universal, like you're always gonna have use of a decreased defense on characters, yeah? So like, say that you wanted to... Oh, we forgot Nicole! Let's go back. Say that you wanted to run a team like this could very, very freaking well work. Now, Sokaku would be the better support in a team like this, but a little bit depending on the content. If there's a lot of like trash enemies, like weaker enemies, but there's a lot of them spread out, then there might actually like be some validity in running Nicole instead. You're obviously gonna miss out on her passive that increases ether damage, but it's gonna be less important in a team like this. In this team, she simply fills the role of like defense shredder and grouper, and that is a very important role. Now, you could also run her together with, let's see, I really hope that they add in a button so I can like just flick between teams instead. Now, you could run a team that looks something like this as well. So you have Corrin as the main DPS, then you have Piper as anomaly, and then Nicole as a grouper and defense shredder. Now, this team is probably absolutely freaking busted, since Piper is freaking busted and Corrin is freaking busted. If the enemies are in the same spot, they can just chainsaw down freaking anything. Once again, Nicole's passive isn't gonna be working in this team, but you don't necessarily need it in this team. Like, hopefully you get in the picture that like she's very, very freaking universal. This team could also work super well with Billy as the carry, Ambi and Nicole. Everybody's passive is activated. Obviously you want a million as the Bamboo. Anything that has like a decent sized AoE. Say that we ran Grace as the anomaly. This team would be absolutely freaking devastating as well. And for this you'd want to smack on... Where's the electric Bamboo? There's the electric Bamboo, electric Boo. Now, here's another team where all of the passives are active, and Grace very, very freaking much benefits of when the enemies are grouped together, which Nicole is second to none at making happen. So hopefully you get the picture. You can basically slot Nicole in as the support in any team, which is what a lot of like the top level players are doing, because she is simply that good. Her defense shred is that good, her grouping capabilities are that good, and it's not really reliant on her passive being active. So you can slot her into any team and you will see a massive increase in performance, probably. Very versatile, a very fun unit to use. So in terms of gameplay tips for Nicole, like there isn't really like that much. She's very straightforward. You see enemies, you suck enemies. No, like literally, you shoot out your black hole, you suck enemies, all of those enemies will be shredded by her suck. If you want to apply her defense shred before you do something and you don't have enough energy for the big suck, well then you can use your enhanced basic attacks. Remember, you can see the stack of your enhanced basic attacks underneath Nicole's portrait. And always make sure that you use Nicole in a chain attack before you go in with any heavy hitter. So for example, if Ellen is coming in to do an ultimate, make sure that Nicole is first in the chain attack to apply her debuff before Ellen does her damage. And remember, the longer you hold down the skill button, the longer the suck will be. And Nicole is gonna be rated up in the upcoming banner, so she might be a very good unit to invest in, because you're probably gonna get a bunch of cinemas for her if you're pulling for Suyan, and Nicole is gonna be Suyan's best support. And remember, Nicole is very, very universally good, and you can slot her into basically any team, because grouping up enemies is always gonna come in handy, and lowering enemies' defense is always gonna be a good thing. I hope this guide taught you not to sleep on Nicole. And that is gonna be all I have to say about Corrin. Follow the channel.